with just 7 days to go until Election Day. Democrats, their allies, the media mob, are doing everything they can possibly do to demoralize voters, especially the supporters of the president. And despite major progress in our fight against COVID-19, including advancements that are huge in therapeutics, multiple final human stage trials for a vaccine, courtesy of President Trump's Operation Warp Speed, a rebounding economy, we're expecting massive third-quarter GDP numbers this week on Thursday. Despite all of the good news, there is now a constant coronavirus hysteria 24/7 on every other news network. They want you to believe there's no hope under President Trump. In fact, according to the Media Research Center, 92% of all network news coverage of the president has been negative. That's 92%. And right on cue, Joe Biden predicting the dark winter unless you elect him. Apparently nobody's told him about the therapeutics and the vaccines that we're very close to getting. That's right, the cognitively struggling, weak, frail 77-year-old who often doesn't even remember who he's running against is somehow going to instantly rescue America from COVID-19. Today, Biden accidentally even called his running mate's husband, Kamala's wife. He said it. This seems to happen every time Joe misses his nap. And yesterday, he struggled mightily to answer a simple, unscripted question. Take a look.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. One of the things that is important is that keep in mind, although they're going to vote on Barrett, I think today.
That's the guy that's going to save the world from everything. Now, his stated plans on COVID, for example, already been completed and completely implemented, already done by President Trump. Maybe he missed it. He was napping the whole time, hiding in his basement. Joe's barely able to leave that bunker for more than 1 day at a time. In fact, as of now, there are no public events scheduled for Joe tomorrow. Less than 1 week away from the election, Joe still constantly taking days off. The media mob wants you to think Joe has it in the bag. They're constantly touting polls. They're saying Joe is in the lead, no chance for Trump. But keep in mind, these are the same polls that got it wrong in 2016. And coming up on this program, we will talk to two pollsters that actually got it right in 2016. We'll get their take on the state of the race. One is Robert Cahaly from the Trafalgar Group, who's now showing the president with a lead in Michigan, also showing a lead for the president in Pennsylvania, and nearly a 3-point lead in the state of North Carolina, very important state. Meanwhile, he's showing a 1-point lead for Biden in Wisconsin. If President Trump wins any combination of those states, he will be well on his way to re-election. But as you can see, the margins are, like 2016, razor thin. Anything can happen. My advice to all of you, you're the ultimate jury, is assume that your vote will be the deciding vote. If everyone wants to stop the radical Biden-Harris, Bolshevik Bernie, AOC, anti-fossil fuel, higher taxes, open border, amnesty, packing the court agenda, you're going to need to vote. And according to The Hill, Democrats are now underperforming in early voting in 3 critical swing states. That would be Florida, Iowa, and Nevada. And keep in mind, the enthusiasm gap is enormous. Joe Biden is lucky to have a dozen people at an event, even with John Bon Jovi. And meanwhile, everywhere the president goes, he's greeted by massive, historic, unprecedented crowds, supporters waiting in line hours and hours and hours, even sleeping overnight to hear the president speak. His rallies are held at huge and massive venues filled with tens of thousands of people. So what does it mean for the upcoming election?